How's it going, guys? This is me, myself, Dom here, and I'm back. The Binding of Isaac AfterBirth. Where has this been on my channel? Well, I've been mostly playing it on live streams. I'm not even gonna lie. But I am going to shamelessly plug my live stream right there on the screen. It's mostly on live streams. So, we're here now. I haven't done the daily challenge yet today. So we're gonna do the daily challenge. The daily challenge as this guy right here. Whoa. Okay. Alright. Nobody panic. Hey, everyone calm down. Alright, I fixed it. I fixed it. Nobody panic. Alright. It was recording in a much higher resolution than it should be for The Binding of Isaac. It was like, hey, you should totally record The Binding of Isaac in 60 FPS at 1080p. And I was like, how about no? Usually it's fine because most of the games that I record, well, most of the games I have that I would record are actually on the same hard drive that I record to, so it presents a little bit of a problem, you know. Like, it's not my local disk C where some of the games are. I have a 2 terabyte one that I white shots. I have a 2 terabyte that I pulled out of. It was like an external backup hard drive, and I basically just broke the case open and took it out, and now it's in my computer. Which, good way to save yourself like 25 bucks is, with hard drives now it doesn't really matter, but a good way to save yourself like 25 bucks or possibly more is to get an external hard drive of your desired size. Oh yes, please, Scorpio. Of your desired size. Get an external hard drive. And then once you receive it, that tier height is beautiful. Once you receive it, just open up the external case, and inside is an internal hard drive. This doesn't work with older hard drives and older things. With newer cases, because they don't use SATA, they use the old ribbon cable. The old ribbon cable style goodness. But I've seen this is mostly with hard drives, regular HDDs, and not, you know, solid states. Because solid states, if you can find a really good deal, you're only saving maybe 20 bucks at max by buying it external and taking it out of the cage and putting it in your computer. Because they're still expensive if you want to get one for, you know, say, one to just have a recordings on, so that, you know, it's even better. I would buy just like a terabyte because they're less than $100. A terabyte and just use it for recordings. Terabyte regular hard drive. But I'm still recording on a hard drive, and that would still give me the same speeds as I'm getting now, which is like high 70s to 80s write speed per second, whatever the actual measurement is. I totally could have used the book there, and I didn't need it. Get the fuck out of my face. But that it would run into the same problem. So I'm getting like a high capacity SSD to do recordings on, at least like a terabyte. You know, like $350. It just casually costs as much as the processor in my computer. You know, no big deal. Like I was looking at like 500, but even those are like $250. And at that point, you might as well just spend the extra $100 and go for a terabyte. Like, because usually with computer parts, the more you spend, the better it is, but there's a cap to that. So at a certain point, the amount of money you're spending is like, it's diminished returns at that point. That's the word I was looking for. But with, and it's the same way with high capacity SSDs, not PCI ones, regular SSDs. That you know, you could spend $250 on on 500 gig internal SSD, or you could spend $100 more and get 500 extra gigabytes. Like, what? Where does all that extra money come from? Not extra money. Where all the extra space come from? At that point, going from 500 to a terabyte, your gigabytes per dollar goes through. I was gonna say goes through the roof, but it's actually the opposite. It goes through the floor. It goes way down, because when you're buying, a good way to compare prices for hard drives and SSDs is your gigabyte per dollar. And in this case, the gigabyte per dollar from 500 to a terabyte is way lower than just than 500 to anything else. It's pretty ridiculous, and I don't understand why, but that's the way it is. So, like, if you're lucky, like, you can even get terabyte SSDs that are like 300. Or you could just go the route of the generic brands, like off brands of I have got in here off brands that you've never heard of for much less, but then you're sacrificing, what the fuck is this room? Sacrificing like the dependability from like something like a Corsair or another established, what other kind of, or Western Digital, or stuff like, you know, like well-established brands that people will know. Yeah, you know, I have an unmarked brand 1 terabyte SSD that's going to fail in 6 months. Like, usually with the branded SSDs, the guarantee, the extra price you're paying for the brand is the guarantee that it's not gonna shit on you in 6 months. I so wish I could get that. It's damaged up. I'm a little sad. So, that's my rant on why it was recording. Like, I can't even, playing off the same hard drive that I'm recording to, I can't even record in 1080 at 30 FPS or 720 and 60. Like, it has to be 720, 30, and I get the solid frames. I forgot those guys exploded. I forgot those guys exploded. Hey, I ranked 2000 on score. It's pretty great. I totally forgot those guys exploded! Ah! God damn it. Alright. We'll go back. If you haven't seen these videos in a while, what I've unlocked is Greed with everyone except Blue Baby and the Lost, because fuck that. And then everyone else I have almost done. So we'll go jump right back in the seat. Right back in the seat. With some more Judas. This is how you're gonna deal me, game. One really good one, and then you're just gonna start me off with a curse. What? Forgot about their sniper proness here. But speaking about upgrades that I want to be making in the future, so if you've followed my channel for a while, I've had this maybe like 3.5 years. I've had this stand. I'm looking to upgrade my what? My microphone stand, because it's literally just a standard on-stage mic, like the ones you find at like concerts and stuff, and it serves my purposes very well. And the pop filter I have is pretty good. It's just a standard clamp on and arm one. So I have since this stand that I got on Amazon 3 years ago, back then they didn't actually come with microphone holders for some reason, even though they do now, standard on every single one. I had to buy one that would hold it, and I have the AT2020, which is a USB microphone, a condenser, like half actual condenser microphone. It says condenser, but it's really not a real condenser. I can't explain it. So I basically just have one of those $5 like clamp ones, the ones that are basically just like a clamp on the sides, and it barely fits around the body of the microphone, where I have to be careful of what position I put it in, or the microphone one day will just fall out. Has not happened to me yet, because when I was testing it, I had my hand under it and just watched something for 10 minutes, and it did fall out, but I did catch it. So I have this clamp, and one day, about 3 months after I bought the clamp, my window was open. You know, typical. It was the summer. My window was open. Try to cool off the room. Back when I still had the laptop. And, fuck. And let's just drop that. And the other windows in my house were not open. So if you've ever seen this, where you have one window open but none of the others are, it creates air pressure in your house. So the old air pressure comes in, swings the door open, knocks the microphone stand over, and breaks the clip. The microphone was unharmed, thankfully, because holy fuck, I had gotten the microphone like a year before, not even, like 6 months before that. And I was, so I still had relatively new from the point I had gotten the microphone, and the clip cracked as the door hit my microphone stand and knocked it over. I was so upset. So I contact the guy, and obviously it's been 6 months, so he can't do anything. And I bought it. I saved like $1 and bought it from a seller on Amazon. So, you know, I still got all the same protection and stuff. It was just, so that is fire. You know, it's not like eBay, where it's, well, maybe it'll work when it shows up. Who knows? Because no returns accepted for 90% of the stuff on that site. But, so I messaged the guy. I'm like, hey, one day the door was open and it fell over and it cracked. Can you, like, send me a new one? Back when, for some reason, I thought they were gonna send me a new one, because even though it had been 6 months, I was young and stupid back then. I almost walked into that fire. I'm still stupid and young at heart. And the guy was like, nah. It's been 6 months. What do you... It's been 6 months and the project was less than $100. Like... So I was like, alright, yeah, whatever. So my solution, which has held up from that day forward, 3 years ago, was to zip tie the two clamps together. Because you know, on a clamp, there are the two pieces that come together to hold it together. Well, one side got broken. The other side was fine. So I had to zip tie them together and hold it so it could actually hold the microphone. I currently have the microphone at a different orientation because this works better, and I don't need a second zip tie to hold it in place. But back then, I had it in a different position. Right now, I have it coming out, and I have the microphone just horizontal with the microphone face facing me. Before, I had it upside down because I had it in a different location. I had moved the microphone stand. This was when I didn't move my desk and I didn't have the actual desktop. So I had to add a second zip tie to keep it from, you know how on a clamp they pivot back and forth on microphone stands. Well, when I put it in there, it would just pivot and then just droop.